In part two of the Scorpio Blueprint, we continue with the boundaries that actually work. In part one of step four, we talked about the framework for setting boundaries. Let's continue with the fourth part of the framework: be prepared to enforce consequences. A boundary without consequences is just a suggestion. If someone repeatedly violates your boundary, you need to follow through with action. Distance yourself. End the conversation. Leave the relationship. Whatever you said would happen needs to happen. This is where your integrity lives. Every time you set a boundary and don't enforce it, you teach others that your boundaries don't matter. Worse, you teach yourself that you don't matter. I had a friend who would consistently show up late, sometimes an hour or more, to our plans. I would wait, making excuses for her, adjusting my schedule, acting like it was fine. But it wasn't fine. It was disrespectful of my time, and I was enabling it by tolerating it. So I set a boundary. I'll wait for 15 minutes. After that, I leave. The next time we made plans, she was 40 minutes late. And when she arrived at the place we had agreed to meet, I wasn't there. She was furious. She called me, demanding to know where I was. I said calmly, "I told you I'd wait 15 minutes. It's been 40, so I left." "But I had a good reason," she protested. "I'm sure you did," I answered. "And you can share it with me when we reschedule, if we reschedule." But I meant what I said about the boundary. She didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. And honestly, I was fine with that because I'd finally respected myself enough to enforce my own boundary. Fifth, practice boundaries with yourself first. Self boundaries are just as important as interpersonal ones. Can you set a bedtime and keep it? Can you commit to a daily practice and honor it? Can you say you'll do something and follow through? Self discipline isn't about punishment, it's about self respect. It's about keeping the promises you make to yourself. Every time you honor a commitment to yourself, you're building self trust. Every time you break one, you're eroding it. I realized during my year of transformation that I had no self boundaries. I said that I would lift weights every day, and I didn't. I said I would cook and then eat well, then I would order takeout. I said I would go to bed early and didn't honor the intention. I was breaking promises to myself constantly. And then I wondered why I didn't trust myself, why I felt unreliable, why I couldn't depend on myself. So start small. Set a boundary around your morning routine, your screen time, or your energy management. Keep it for a week and then expand. I started with, I will not look at my phone for the first hour after waking up. It was excruciating at first. My hand reached for my phone automatically. I felt anxious without it. I didn't know what to do with myself. But I kept the boundary, and that hour became sacred. I used it for creating, for journaling, for meditation, for being present in my own life. That one boundary changed everything because I proved to myself that I could keep a promise, that I could honor my own needs, that I was trustworthy to myself. Now, let's address the fear that comes with boundaries. What if people leave? What if I'm alone? What if no one likes this version of me? Well, first, the people who leave when you establish boundaries were never really with you. They were with the version of you that made them comfortable. They were with the version of you that was useful, but they weren't really with you. Second, being alone is infinitely better. than being with people who require you to abandon yourself. Loneliness is painful, but self betrayal is devastating. Third, the right people will respect your boundaries because they want you to be whole, not diminished. They want you to have needs, to have limits, to have a self, because they want to be in relationship with a person, not a people pleasing machine. I lost people when I started setting boundaries. People I thought were friends, people I'd known for years, people I'd shown up for countless times. And yes, it hurts. But you know what hurts more? That you have this knowledge that you spent years betraying yourself to keep people who didn't actually value you. The space those people left created room for new people. People who respected my boundaries, who had their own boundaries, who wanted reciprocal relationships, not one sided extractions. Boundaries filter. They separate people who love you from people who love what you do for them. They distinguish authentic connections from transactions. They protect your peace and preserve your energy for what actually matters. Brene Brown says, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others. You have spent your whole life afraid of disappointing others. It's time to be more afraid of disappointing yourself. Because here's what happens when you live without boundaries: you resent everyone, you're exhausted all the time, you feel used, you attract takers, you lose yourself completely. You wake up one day and realize you're living everyone else's life except your own. And here's what happens when you establish and maintain boundaries: you respect yourself, others respect you, your relationships improve or end. Both are good outcomes. You have energy for what matters. You attract people who value you. You reclaim your power. You remember who you are. Your boundaries are the announcement that you're no longer available for your own diminishment. They are the declaration that your well being matters. They are the evidence that you're serious about transformation. I'm not going to lie to you. Setting boundaries is uncomfortable, especially at first, especially when you've spent your entire life being boundaryless. Your nervous system will rebel. You'll feel guilty. You'll question whether you're being too harsh, too rigid, too selfish. You're not. You're finally being reasonable. You're finally asking for what every human being deserves: respect, consideration, reciprocity. And the discomfort, it's temporary. It's the discomfort of growth, of change, of becoming someone new. On the other side of that discomfort is freedom. Set the boundaries, communicate them, hold them, enforce them. Watch your life completely change. Because boundaries are not walls that keep love out. They are foundations that allow real love in. They are the structure that makes authentic connection possible. You deserve boundaries. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to have needs and state them clearly. And anyone who tells you otherwise is someone who benefits from you having none. Your boundaries are your power. Claim them. This is Scorpio Sun and 4 other placements signing out for now. Thanks for joining me for step 4. If you like this content, show me in the likes, shares, and comments. I'll be back for step 5 in the next video. Until then, stay grounded, stay open, and most importantly, stay yourself.